Russell Myers joins us now. What are these latest claims, Russell?
Well, they're very uncomfortable reading, and certainly waking up again for a second morning, the royals must have their head in their hands. Now, this relates to a potential claim that may come forward. And there's a lady called Joanna Soberg, and she has previously claimed that the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, inappropriately touched her, groped her back at a party in 2001. And the reason we know this is because the woman central to these claims, the new legal claim that has come about in New York this week against Prince Andrew from Virginia Roberts Giuffre, she actually brought a legal claim against Ghislaine Maxwell, and that is Prince Andrew's friend who is currently in jail at the moment in New York awaiting trial. And she claimed in 2016, as part of a legal case against her, essentially, that she was brought to a party with this lady called Joanna Soberg, who used to be the disgraced late paedophile Jeffrey Epstein's personal assistant. They were flown from his Palm Beach mansion in Florida to a party in New York. And the reason why it's quite interesting is because of the detail. And she claims that Maxwell and Epstein presented Prince Andrew with a statue, a sort of puppet, a spitting image puppet, at this party, and they were messing around, putting the puppet's hands all over Virginia Roberts, and then Prince Andrew allegedly groped Joanna Soberg. Now, we still don't know whether she may join this latest legal claim, but the reason that it has come about now is because there is a change in the law in New York, which means that the length of time to bring a sexual assault case has been extended, and this is why we're talking about it now. The deadline for Virginia Roberts' case was on Saturday, and this is why you are seeing this raft of new allegations and claims. It is very, very uncomfortable reading indeed for the royals.
Incredibly so, and very uncomfortable. He's now been called up to see the Queen.
Well, he's been summoned,
He's been summoned,
I mean,
suppose,
you know, the pictures yesterday, he was arriving in his Range Rover at 6 o'clock in the evening with the Duchess of York. Fergie was with him, no less.
Who hasn't been there for quite some time.
Well, the issue is that they were normally... So, I mean, she wasn't invited, certainly, when Prince Philip was alive. And they are previous guests, there was a sequence of guests when the Queen is at Balmoral over the summer. And they're normally some of the first. However, the fact that they were up there less than 24 hours before these new claims, this legal case was lodged, tells you, you know, the Queen was possibly summoning him and saying, what on earth is going on? Because this is not just an embarrassment. This is not just about a loss of status. This is catastrophic for the monarchy. This is exactly what they don't want us to be talking about. And all the while there is no comment, as there wasn't yesterday from Prince Andrew's people, it will become more and more embarrassing for the royal family. I think, you know, it is very, very important to say Prince Andrew has always vehemently stressed that he is completely innocent of all these allegations. They're very, very serious charges labelled against him. Personally, I think we will have to see a response from his team. Buckingham Palace have said that since he stood back as a working royal, that it is being dealt with his lawyers, and no doubt we would expect a response in the coming days, I think.
Yeah, and I wonder whether that response could mean at some point he would be called upon to go over to America, which changes the dynamic of everything at that point, doesn't it?
Well, it's very, you know, that is a distinct possibility now, because what does he do? He has chosen not to engage with the authorities. That is what the authorities are saying, because Prince Andrew's people are saying that he has offered to speak to US investigators. There is two major cases going on with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently awaiting trial. His people say that they have offered 3 times to speak to them. Now, the US investigators have stood on the steps of Jeffrey Epstein's mansion and said, we haven't heard from him. And yesterday, Virginia Roberts' lawyer, David Boies, said they had made repeated attempts to speak to him and had been stonewalled at every corner. So somebody is telling the truth, somebody is telling porkies, but the issue really is that this is not going to go away, and it's only going to get worse, I think.
And as you say, I mean, it's the Queen's summer break. It's been a turbulent enough year for her, certainly. What a terrible time to have to try and call the family together.
Of course, listen, and it's supposed to be a bit of downtime for the Queen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what will the Queen be asking Prince Andrew? That's very, very important. I mean, he's always said he's got no recollection of meeting Virginia Roberts, who's called now Giuffre, her married name, and you know, what will he be needing to be sit down with his team? They're going to have to sort it out, because this legal case, he's got 21 days to respond to it. Do they say nothing? Is his silence deafening? I think, listen, it's not going to go away, and over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about it a lot more.
Difficult discussions ahead. Thank you very much, Russell. Thank you.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.